Hello, everyone. We are going to be looking at the Lou Gehrig Farewell to Baseball Address. You should have just looked at the logos, ethos, and pathos, the rhetoric video. You should have watched that. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Lou Gehrig assignment. So real quick, when you look at the assignment, this is the speech that I'm pulling over right now. The actual speech is here, but I want to tell you that this speech is also in the document itself. So that's kind of nice. So we're looking at Lou Gehrig's speech. I'm going to go ahead and read through this for you really quick, and then we'll talk about the assignment, all right? So Lou Gehrig's Farewell to Baseball Address. Called the Gettysburg Address of Baseball, the following speech was delivered by Lou Gehrig on July 4th, 1939, to a packed Yankee Stadium under heartbreaking circumstances. Gehrig, considered the greatest first baseman in history, had just learned 2 months earlier of the fatal medical condition, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which basically is LAS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, that would destroy his physical abilities. Moved to tears by his teammates and fans' tribute that day, the naturally shy athlete delivered, without notes, the now iconic speech. Fans, for the past 2 weeks you have been reading about the bad break I got. Yeah, today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I have been in ballparks for 17 years and have never received anything but kindness and encouragement from you fans. Look at these grand men. Which of you wouldn't consider it the highlight of his career just to associate with them for one day? Sure, I'm lucky. Who wouldn't consider it an honor to have known Jacob Rupert? Also the builder of baseball's greatest empire, Ed Barrow. To have spent 6 years with the wonderful little fellow Miller Huggins, then have spent the next 9 years with the outstanding leader, that smart student of psychology and the best manager in the baseball today, Joe McCarthy. Sure, I'm lucky. When the New York Giants, a team you would give your right arm to beat, and vice versa, sends you a gift, that's something. When everybody down to the groundskeeper and these boys in white coats remember you with trophies, that's something. When you have wonderful mother-in-law who takes sides with you and squabbles with her own daughter, that's something. When you have a father and a mother who will work all their lives so you can have an education and build your body, it's a blessing. When you have a wife who has been a tower of strength and shown more courage than you dreamed existed, that's the finest I know. So I close in saying that I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Okay, so that's Lou's speech. So now as we've read his speech, part of this assignment, what you would be doing and what we're looking at is going down and we're using what's called a soapstone strategy. So basically, we're going through the speech and we're looking at what the subject is, the occasion, the audience, the purpose, the speaker, and the tone. Okay, so as we're going through this, basically you're doing the explanation. These are the questions that it's asking. You're putting your answer over here, and then your textual support will come from here. So basically, what is the speech about? And what are the main ideas? So basically, you're going to write whatever you feel the speech was about, right? So we know the speech is about, and I'm going to do the first one with you here, is that Lou Gehrig, it's his, let's see, Gehrig's farewell speech after discovering he had ALS, right? So what was the main idea of the speech? So the main idea of the speech to me is that even when bad things happen I mean, that he had a pretty good life and he's realizing that he has had up to this point a really good life and he feels very lucky. So that even though he had a bad break, he feels very lucky. Okay? So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at textual evidence. And here, I mean, is perfect. So I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it. And that for the textual evidence. So that would be my textual evidence for the second part of that question. Sorry, I thought my dog was going to start barking. So that would be the textual evidence for the second part of that question. And it's basically that it's his farewell speech. So I'm looking to see what good. Maybe I mean, you could even use this for both, I would think. So, and you can add that in there. So that's going to be my textual support for those two things. Plain and simple. So the other parts that you're going to be looking at, which you are going to be doing, I kind of helped you with the first one, is the occasion. What is the time and the place of the speech? What is the general content or of the current situation that gave the rise to the speech? Who is the audience? What group of listeners was the speech directed to address? So even though you're reading it, you're not technically the audience. The audience on the day he gave the speech, think about where he was and who the audience was at that time. Because while you're the one reading the speech, you technically aren't the original audience for that speech, okay? What qualities, beliefs, or values do the audience members have in common? What is the reason behind? So your purpose, what's the reason behind the speech? What does the speaker want the audience to do, feel, or say, or choose? Speaker, who is the speaker? What do we need to know about him or her, about their life, and the views to help shape the speech, and then the tone. What is the tone of the speech, and what word or what choice of words would and rhetorical devices let you know? So those rhetorical devices, that's something that you are going to go back in and you're going to pick out some of those rhetorical devices that are really letting you know like what he was talking about. And remember those rhetorical devices that we talked about. So remember rhetorical devices, there will be a video above this video that gives you the kind of insight into some of those rhetorical devices, okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know, but I think you should all be good to go for this assignment. Remember, this assignment is due on, let me open that back up. So this is the Gehrig speech. It is 40 points, due on December 6th, opening on December 5th, closing on December 19th, okay? So make sure that you get those done. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.